Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Unchoreographed podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Jenna Lower, a physical therapist and dance medicine specialist. Today, I am going off the cuff for this podcast recording. I don't have my microphone. I'm sitting in my dining room. It's not normally where I record or how I record. However, I just got off of a check-in, a really powerful check-in call with a patient, and there's just some things that were on my mind, and I just wanted to share them with you. And I think that this is going to be really helpful for all of my dance PTs out there. I also think it's going to be really helpful and powerful for all of my patients out there, my dancers out there who might be struggling with rehabbing an injury, or just for future knowledge to have if an injury is something that you end up occurring at some point. And so this patient, I have seen her a total of one time up to this point, and she couldn't come in this week. And so I made it a point to do a virtual check-in with her. The way that we do therapy in my clinic is we work for a period of 3 months. It's a 3-month long program to help encourage consistency and not break the visits up too much by time, which can really impact results and outcomes. And so this week she couldn't come in, so we did a virtual check-in. Now, this patient is not a dancer, and she has gone to physical therapy for weeks now, up to this point. She's struggling with some hip issues. She's having, there's a tie into the pelvic floor. She also has sort of unrelated, a toe issue, an arthritis issue. And for her toe, like they basically told her that 2 different doctors told her she had to have surgery, and that was the only option for her. Never once recommended physical therapy. For the hip, she's been working with a physical therapist who kind of got her to the point where it was like, nothing's changing. I don't really know what to do. Like, go see Jenna. And unfortunately, this is the story for a lot of my patients. A lot of the people that come in to see me in the clinic I'm like sort of their last resort. They've tried, or they feel like they've tried everything else up to this point, and they just have not had any change. And so that was the case for this patient as well. And we have worked together for a total of, in person, 1 session, 60 minutes together. And I gave her a few things after her first visit. I think I gave her maybe some diaphragmatic breath work, how to brace and do like a proper pelvic floor contraction. And then I gave her something for her foot. And we kept it very realistic. We kept it very simple, ways that she could tie in the concepts of what I gave her for exercises into the functional things, because she's already going to the gym. So how she could maybe start to tie that into some of what she was doing at the gym, how to brace while she does certain things, how to do the breath work, all of that. And so when I chatted with her just on the phone now, she had some amazing, amazing things to tell me. She told me that she hasn't left the gym with hip pain at all since we worked together, which was a huge improvement. And I want you to remember, I only gave her 2 things. Really the only change she's had is pelvic floor contraction and some breath work. And she already doesn't have pain after weeks of going to physical therapy. The other thing that she told me is that from her foot, she's finally able to sleep again. And all I gave her was a little series with a tennis ball, some massage and some muscle contraction things. And she's able to sleep for the first time in, after she had pain for like a week. And these were huge, huge moments for her. She told me that she finally, for the first time, can feel her core contraction. She doesn't have to think about how to not leak. It's already started to change. And I want you to think about how powerful that is. She had gone to physical therapy for weeks up to this point and didn't get any of these outcomes. We met for 60 minutes and I gave her 3 exercises. And these are all the changes that she's had take place in a week. And I don't say this because I feel like, I don't think that I'm anything special. I don't think that I'm a rock star physical therapist. What I think that I'm really good at doing is listening to people, letting them tell me the problems that they're having and really hearing the problems that they're having, and then figuring out how to get to the root cause of that and coming up with a plan that's going to be realistic for that person. That's what I think I'm good at. And that's exactly what we did with this patient. And look what happened. And she's not the only one, right? This is the story over and over and over with the people that walk into my clinic. And it frustrates me because I know that you're probably out there and you've probably experienced, if you're a dancer or a patient, you've probably experienced something really similar to this. You go in with all these concerns and you start out really hopeful that this is going to work and this is going to help. And then after 4+ weeks, you're feeling no change and feeling like, why am I doing this? Does this even help? Are they even listening to me? Do they even get it? This plan I can't follow. I'm too busy. I don't have time for this. I might as well just have the surgery. This is too overwhelming, right? All of these thoughts have probably gone through your head at some point. That's the thing. Those are the things that are going through my patients' heads. Those are the things that I hear time after time, dancer after dancer, patient after patient that walks into the clinic. And if you're a physical therapist, I want you to hear this because you have to take the time to listen to your patients and really develop a program that's going to work for them. I think all of us say, oh, we don't do cookie cutter programs. Oh, no, it's not generic rehab. But are we really doing that? I want you to really self-reflect. Are you really not giving a cookie cutter program? Are you really listening to your patients and working with their lifestyle? This patient in particular told me that this week has gotten insane at work. She had to cancel her appointment. I made sure we still did our virtual check-in. I said, no, we're doing a check-in no matter what. You can find 15 minutes. And we did. And just everything got so crazy at work. And she had told me in the past, anytime this has happened, the first thing to go is self-care. She has come to expect this of herself, that when things get crazy, she kind of throws in the towel and gives up. And I think that is an extremely realistic or relatable thing, right? I think most of us feel the same. Life starts lifing, and what is the first thing to go? It's our self-care. And a lot of us want to just throw in the towel and give up. And this time, this patient said, absolutely not. And I think with maybe a little bit of help from me, being like, no, we committed to this 3-month program. We're checking in. I need you to find 15 minutes, right? And she did. And she was so glad that she did because she said, no, not this time. I am not going to throw in the towel. I'm not going to lose my progress. And part of her being able to not lose that momentum is us being able to approach this in a very realistic, manageable, and doable way. Meaning, her schedule at work is crazy. Am I going to then turn to her and say, well, you really need to make time for your exercises? No, absolutely not. That's not going to work. We already know that's not going to work, right? She already told me that hasn't worked in the past. Instead, what we're going to say is, okay, well, I gave you these 3 things. Let's maybe take this one thing. We're going to progress it so that you're moving to the next step. But when could you do that in your day? Could you do it before you fall asleep at night? Could you do it while you're already at the gym? Could you replace one of your exercises at the gym with this one instead? We don't need to be overloading you with more things to worry about and more things to do. Are you going to have to put in some work? Yes. Is it easy all the time? No, it's going to take work. No matter what, you want to see results, you want outcomes. We have to put in the work. But it's our job as physical therapists to make sure that work is realistic. It is they're able to do it consistently, because without the consistency, you've got nothing. But it's our job to make it realistic. And I cannot drive that point home enough for you. Again, if you are a patient out there, a potential patient, if you're a dancer out there, I know you don't have time. I know your schedules are crazy, right? You don't have time to do this crazy long exercise program. Again, I see it day in and day out. Dancers who aren't able to stay consistent and accountable to what they need to get done. And so we've developed a system at our clinic to make sure that people can stay consistent and accountable. And it's all about working with the patients and really listening to them. And I mean really listening to them, giving them some actionable steps that they can walk away with to make it doable for them. And then to give them that accountability piece and to be a partner in the corner so that when they can't come into the clinic, I can still say, let's check in for 15 minutes. Let's just touch base. Let's keep you on track. And that makes all the difference in the world from therapy that doesn't work to therapy that does work and that works quickly. And I really just wanted to take a minute to record this episode for you guys because I think that this is something that all of us, whether you're a physical therapist or a dancer or patient, I think all of us can relate to these things. We see the same type of problems and issues with our patients, staying accountable, pretty much everybody that walks in the door. And so figuring out ways of still being able to achieve the outcomes and the results that you're looking for or that we want to get for our patients can be really challenging. And so I would just encourage you, again, if you're a physical therapist, I would encourage you to really self-reflect and figure out how can you change the way that you are delivering your physical therapy to make it more realistic for your patients. Could it be a 15-minute check-in so that it's not just a canceled visit and that there's these giant time gaps between when you're seeing them and what you're doing with them and how you're progressing them? Can it be as simple as a check-in? Could it be adding in some technology, recording a video for them, putting their exercises into an app or a Google Doc that you can be progressing even if they're not in your clinic? If you're a dancer or a potential patient, could it be, for you, is it explaining to the PT, making sure that you take the time to explain to your PT like what your schedule is and the obstacles that you're facing, instead of just saying, oh, I need to do it. Oh, I know that's on me. Oh, I didn't, I'm going to cancel because I didn't do my homework. No, talk to your physical therapist because it's their job to work with you, but it's your job to communicate these issues to them. If they don't know the issues, they can't help you. They can't help solve your problem. So communicate those issues, work together as a team to figure out ways that you can achieve the results that you're looking for. And then, again, it doesn't have to be complicated. Keep things simple, keep them consistent, and that's what will bring on the results. Sometimes 2 or 3 things are all that you need to see a change in pain. If you've been going to physical therapy for 4+ weeks and you have seen no change in pain, there's usually a couple things that a good physical therapist should be able to give you to see pain results rather quickly. So, within the first 1 to 2 visits, the main thing that I'm working on with my clients is, again, figuring out what's going to be realistic for them, what's the root cause of their issue, but then coming up with 2 or 3 things that they can do to give them immediate changes in their symptoms. Is that going to focus on the long term? No, not so much. But we can't see the big picture and we can't focus in on the long-term changes until we've addressed the right now problems, right? If they have pain and they can't even think about how am I going to do this strengthening plan or how am I even going to get to the point where I'm working on performance and all these awesome goals that we have for them, they can't get to that point because they can't get past the fact that they have pain. I have pain now and I can't sleep and I can't do XYZ. So find 2 or 3 things that can immediately get rid of their pain. You should be able to do that. A good physical therapist should be able to find even one thing that takes your pain in the right direction. It may not be a 0. It may not be consistent pain relief like all the time, but in the moment when they feel a flare up, when they feel their symptoms, can you find 1, maybe 2 things that bring the pain level down from a 5 to a 4 or a 3? Maybe it's a 0, but maybe it's only a 4. That should be realistic. That should be very, very doable. If your physical therapist is not doing that for you, find another physical therapist. I'm just going to be really, really blatant. I'm feeling punchy this morning. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Find another physical therapist because it's so frustrating to me that the majority of the patients that come in to see me are at their wit's end and they're ready to have surgery. It's probably been every single new eval I've had for the past month that they've come to me thinking that there's nothing else that can really be done, or they're begging me to help them, right? Because I've kind of made a name for myself that those are the people that I see. It's just the reality of it. And I love being that person because usually after visit 1, they walk out, somebody has listened to them, somebody has worked with them, somebody has given them a clear plan and a pathway forward and a program that's going to work. And they have hope again. And they finally feel like, wow, my symptoms do feel better. Maybe I just wasn't addressing the right thing. Maybe I didn't have a physical therapist that was really doing what they should have been doing. And that's just the sad reality of it, right? So yes, I want to encourage you guys that there is hope for you if you're feeling pain and you feel like physical therapy hasn't worked at this point. There is hope for you if you feel like your life is crazy and busy and you have no time to take care of yourself or to take care of your pain. You can. You just need the right plan. And if you are a physical therapist, do the work. Invest the time into your patients to really listen to them and get good at what you do. You don't need to be the most amazing physical therapist in the entire world. But what you do need to be really good at is listening to your patients and helping find realistic ways for them to stay consistent. Because if you do that, you're going to keep them coming in the door. You're going to keep people happy. You're going to keep people pain-free. You're going to give them hope again, like we are able to do at our clinic. And this is what I want for you. I want this for everybody. So I just wanted to share that story with you guys today. I hope that it brought you a little bit of insight and a little bit of hope on this morning. And yes, if you guys have any questions about how to implement this in your clinics, or if you are a dancer who is curious, how can I find a physical therapist or work with me? How can I have this for myself? Please reach out to me. I will put my contact info in the show notes. You can always leave me a comment below or send me an email, and I'm happy to chat with you because I feel so passionate about this. And I hope that I can spread the word and help more of you, whether you're a physical therapist or a patient. I hope that I can help you. So if you guys love the Unchoreographed podcast, please take a moment, leave us a review. It really helps me reach more dancers and dance physical therapists out there. And I love to connect with you guys. So please leave a review, connect with me. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time on Unchoreographed.